Somebody bring the water, please.
Yes. Hola Facebook. What's up? Back in the garage. Hello Periscope. Meerkat. We're going to be talking about the next big trends. Hello, my website. Got my quote shirt on. Let's get started. Today's going to be a quick, down and dirty talk. I'm only going to be here for about 45 minutes, so please pay close attention in the next 45 minutes. If you want to know how to get, find, and catch and profit on the next big emerging trends, you're in the right place. Someone says, I see the Lambo. You should see all the cars. I guess we have, there's the red of the Ferrari. Who here, before I get started, who here wants to throw out a few trends that you see? I'm going to talk about trend stacking. Trend stacking. Somebody says, Ty, you seem a little different lately. I'll always be different because I'm always about increasing every day. Out with the old, in with the new. Artificial intelligence is a trend. Silver, apps, virtual reality, aging, baby boomers, reading as a trend, next generation entrepreneurs, health and fitness, dabbing, skinny jeans, Uber, drones. What else is an emerging trend that you can catch? Real estate bubbles, wearable technology, marijuana, delivering things, smoothies. Sports is always going to be big. Yen and silver, Chinese yen. Fashion. Well, I see lots of good ones here. Here's how this talk's going to go. Today, I'm getting ready. I went to the Laker game yesterday, and I'm going to the Clipper game today. Clippers versus the Celtics. I got some interesting guests coming with me. Can't tell you who they are. I'll tell you tomorrow. Once you can, or you can just watch my social. I'll be posting my Snapchat. I got 45 minutes. Then we're out. Are you coming to the game tonight, Zach? Clippers Celtics. Zach is now too busy to come to courtside Laker. What, we had courtside?
Not after tonight. I'm clear. I'm free. My schedule opens up.
You mean once Kobe Bryant's not playing anymore? If you guys saw my Snapchat, I was sitting next to Kobe Bryant yesterday on the floor. It's good seats. Best seats in the world probably for basketball if you like basketball. Listening to Kobe. Very interesting. I'm going to tell you this. Just remember, whatever you think you know about the world, you never know it until you see it firsthand. What people think of Kobe Bryant, what people think about basketball. When you go there and you sit, you listen in on I could hear all the conversations. I was like, I better not Snapchat this. Some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, oh no. Because I got to hang out with Kobe the other day, so I'm like, I don't want him to hate me. So I only Snapchat certain segments. What else is big? Kobe's a regular dude. He has some hood. Kobe's not really hood. That's not how it can. What else are some big trends? Any other ones? 3D printing. All natural health sprays taking the place of pills for faster delivery. Somebody said Kobe Bryant is an ass hat. World's full of haters, man. You got to ask yourself if you're one of them. He's got 5 rings. 5. He's a basketball player. He's good at what he does. As I always tell people that say things about people like that, he who is without flaw, throw the first insult. The only people that should insult people are people who are perfect. So whenever I see people insulting people, I go, oh, let me get it. You're the perfect one in the room, right? You're the omnipotent. no mistake making one, right? That's why and you've done better accomplishments than him, right? You have the equivalent of 5 championship rings in whatever you do, right? And inevitably, you know what happens you would see what this shirt says? Speak less, do more. The more people yap, the less you know they've ever done in their life. There's a saying in jiu-jitsu. Whoever talks the most gets tapped out the first. Always. You get that. Yeah, all these badass. I was training with a guy who's 10-0 in the UFC, and I was sparring with him. He doesn't talk at all. He just comes in there, whips your ass. 10 trends. I don't know if I'll have time for 10 trends. 45 minutes, I'm going to get into trends for about half an hour. I'm going to open up the accelerator applications for those of you who want to learn a lot more. It was funny, this morning I woke up and on my Instagram, somebody just wrote, dude, the best decision I ever made in 2016 was in getting into your private members only accelerator program. Man, I'm getting, literally, I let in 3,000 people only last year. Let them fill out an application, they applied. I let in 3,000 people out of about, I don't know how many people tried to get in, but a lot, 7,000 tried to get in one day when I first opened it. And I get so many testimonials. Somebody said, Ty, do you get girls? You know one thing? I'm going to give you number 1 trend in the world right now. Number 1, let's talk trends, how you can make money. Number 1 trends are behind the scenes social media. If you're doing social media but you're not using it with the concept right here, you're behind the game, behind the scenes. You want to know the truth? Watch somebody's social media, especially Snapchat, because you can't fake Snapchat. Instagram, you can post one picture from 10 years ago. Snapchat's real time. So you want to know the truth about me? Watch my Snapchat. People oftentimes, they go, Ty, you should post, if these cars are rental cars, you should post the title and all that. I'm like, why? Watch my Snapchat. You figure it out, unless you're on the slow bus. You figure out. People say this house is a hotel, or it's a daily rental or some shit like that. I'm like, let them think that. Who cares? I don't care. Watch my Snapchat. You'll see behind the scenes. You'll figure it out if you ain't on the slow bus. You'll figure it out, man. People say, oh, Ty doesn't really read books. I'm like, watch my Snapchat. Does it look like I don't know anything about books? Once again, you'll figure it out if you ain't on if you're not on the slow bus. And then all the people on the slow bus, I don't care about them. And you shouldn't care about them either. Very important thing for each of you is understanding how you can use your social media to show behind the scenes, because if you have a business or you have an idea or if you want investors or if you're already an entrepreneur, you want to show people the behind the scenes, because then they see the truth about you, and people love the truth. The truth will set you free. It'll set your bank account free. That's why I love Snapchat. Snapchat is a truth teller. This guy asked, Ty, do you have any girls? Watch my Snapchat. If you never see any girls on my Snapchat, then I probably don't have any girls. But if you watch my Snapchat, you'll know what's up. Ty, you're getting bigger. How much do you weigh? Yeah, I've been working out a lot, but still got a long way to go. I compare myself to guys like Bradley Martin, dudes like that I hang out with. Those guys can bench 500-600 pounds. So I'm not there yet. Somebody says, what do you mean by the slow bus? It's just slang for saying if you're not a moron. Yeah. Somebody asked, do I post daily? Dude, I got one of the biggest Snapchats in the world. Of course I post daily. I post a lot. So yeah, like when people watch if people watch my Snapchat, people are like, yeah. Sometimes people, of course, have theories that I just pay girls to hang out with me. Who cares? Just let it go. Let it go. One thing that I like that DJ Khaled says, he talks about they. I've always called it your enemy. You could call it they, you could call it enemy, but what I like about the emerging trends with behind the scenes, just the truth starts to come out about people. And I watch certain people's Snapchat, and you can see, oh, this dude ain't really an entrepreneur. Oh, this person's, bullshitting. And then I go, oh, this guy's awesome. That's why I like DJ Khaled, because he's the truth, because you see it every day, all the time. This Joker's the truth. He's around real people, badasses all the time. It's not like once in a while DJ Khaled posts one Instagram. It's the truth. People who watch my Snapchat, they know what's up. They know what's up because I post every day badass shit that nobody in the world posts. You can't do that if you're talking. So I think this is a big emerging trend that you're not going to hear much about, and it can influence each and everything. If you have an idea, you can use it. It's very powerful. What's another trend? Number 2, an emerging trend that I see is rapid implementation. In the past, if you had an idea, to implement it would take you, you'd have to write a business plan, raise capital for it. It might take you 6, 12, 18 months. We're talking now rapid implementation. I had an idea in my head. It takes me 1 day to launch something. 1 day. That's what I call rapid implementation. And you could apply this to anything you want to do. Now you want to get in shape. I'm getting ready to launch a program. I've already launched a little bit, let a few people in. That you're getting brain and body training in 7 minutes today. You're going from not knowing anything about business to, my accelerator is a 4-month program where people used to have to go to business school for 4 years, 6 years, 4-year undergrad, 2-year MBA, that's 6 years. Now you're doing that in 4 to 6 months. That's rapid implementation. If you're not using rapid implementation to your advantage, then you're just prolonging the agony of life. Because life has a lot of agony to it when you're not doing big things. I remember, like I said, sleeping on a couch, having no money. I remember having a whole bunch of ideas, but you can't make them happen. Every idea you have, you feel paralyzed. I remember launching a business and making money in the business, but knowing that I had plateaued and I couldn't figure out how to make, my first business, I made $12,500 in 1 year. The next business, I made roughly $100,000 in a year. And, but at that point, I didn't know how to grow past it. And so, had I understood rapid implementation, I would have been able to shave a decade off. And for those of you, you basically have 2 choices in life. You can go this way or that way. The masses of people go this way, and it takes them 10 years to do something. And with rapid implementation, you can do it in 1 year to 18 months if you're smart about it. I'll give you a perfect example. If you watch my Snapchat, I have badass entrepreneurs stop by here all the time. I had 2 on Thursday, I think it was. I had 2 18-year-olds, or no, sorry, now I think they're 19, maybe 20. I think one of them's 18 or just turned 19. He launched a business, and 4 months ago they bought an app for $4,000 using rapid implementation, trend-catching techniques. They tweaked the game. I forget what the game is, but it's number 17 in the app store in the whole world. They saw a trend of Damn Daniel. They made a free app, a Damn Daniel app. In 1 month, they were number 1 in the world. Think of that, number 1. 19 years old, they made $600,000 in the last 3 months. How much money did you make in the last 3 months compared to them? You might be just as smart as them, but if you haven't caught the trend of how to rapidly implement. They took an idea, boom, implementation, next thing you know, it's up. I only launched my Snapchat I really started Snapchatting this year, so 3 months maybe. And now I have one of the biggest Snapchats in the world. Why? Because I was testing rapid implementation. What do people want to see? Do they want to see Ferraris? Do they want to see Lamborghinis? Do they want to see lifestyle? Do they want to see entrepreneur tips? Do they want to see books? Do they want to see girls? Do they want to see Kobe Bryant? And then you trend and you pull this all together. So the next one, number 3, in addition to rapid implementation, which is more launching fast, then you have to have what goes right with it, which is rapid experimentation. So you implement, but that's not enough, because sometimes I see people just launching a business, but they don't understand the next step. If you don't know this next step, your bank account's going to go up and right back down, because competition will come in. You'll encounter obstacles. And so one of my big advantages I have is I learned many years ago through one of my mentors actually just flew in. Joel Salatin will be here, and he understands and taught me rapid experimentation. We got someone to visit?
Visit. More candidates come in.
Okay. From the test or from my Snapchat? From before. Oh, cool.
We're very well on our market.
How you doing? You want to come say hello?
Yeah, sure.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Nice to meet
Edward.
you, Mr. Lopez.
So
We got people.
you're just gonna listen in?
Okay. Sweet. Antonio said God has helped Ty and he should be thankful. I'm always thankful. And I'm also cognizant of the fact that you can succeed. Everything you see I have now, I could lose everything. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried. The only bad thing is if you lose, people laugh at you, but I don't care if people laugh. I already learned that game. One thing that I learned, I've been able to, in the last little while here, hang out, watch Kobe Bryant real up close and personal, like literally sitting next to him and talking to him. I interviewed him. And one thing I learned about Kobe Bryant, people are going to love and hate you. And if they hate you, it's about the same as them loving you. It's transient. People are transient. Sometimes they love you, sometimes they hate you. Oh, how'd we get that follow Ty thing up? That's sweet. Hey, if you haven't followed my Snapchat, screenshot if you're on my website, I got my Snapchat code, so just screenshot it, and you'll be able to, and then you go over to Snapchat and you can open it and follow me. But rapid experimentation. I'm launching at least 40 experiments a day on average.
Here's one from us right now.
We're doing experiment right there. These guys work for me are learning how to do this. They're experimenting with showing my snap code on that. That's little things. Sometimes I snap. Sitting next to Kobe Bryant was an experiment. I was like, about 2 weeks ago, I was like, let's sit next to Kobe. Experimenting with all the different training programs. Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, experimenting with different business trainers that I have. I just had a hedge fund guy here, a hedge fund manager training me, 2 days ago? That's an experiment. Boom, boom, boom. Always experimenting. When I see a program to buy, like I spend about $50,000 to $100,000 a month on my own education. People ask me what I think of college. Should you educate yourself? I'm like, yeah, I do. Sometimes I'll take a college class. I've taken classes at USC, UCLA. I've taught at different colleges. I don't have a college degree just because I'm kind of mad scientist. I do, one of the things, I'll put this as a trend. Here's one of the trends for the future that goes right along with this. It's called having cake and eating too. Why do I say this is a new trend? There used to be a saying that says you can't have you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, meaning you can either have cake or you can eat it. You can hold it in your hand or you can enjoy it, but you can't have both. And that's a very scarcity mentality, and I don't have that mentality. That came from experimenting and rapid implementation of going, okay, the whole world says you can't do that, well, I'm going to try that. Sometimes people say, well, Ty, money's the root of all evil, like, you can't have that. Bullshit. Poverty's the root of all evil. People don't read books. People don't know jack shit about statistics. Look around the world where there's poverty. Everything bad in the world you can think of happens when there's not enough money. I've been to India. I've been to the poorest countries in the world, Bolivia. I was in Bolivia, had the lowest GDP in the world. I was in India, I saw people starve to death. I was in a leper colony on an island where people just were abandoned because they had a disease. I've seen all that firsthand. Most injustice is where there's not enough money. So when people say, you can't have your cake and eat it too, they are unaware of the upcoming and new trends. And in the future, for you, in an ongoing world, one thing that we can do is we can create a world where you super enjoy your life and you can give back to the world. You can do both. and that's what I try to do. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm trying rapid experimentation as to how to do it. Sometimes people are like, dude, Ty, I see you with all these hot girls and you're going out to clubs. Like, isn't that teaching people bad stuff? And I'm like, no, because one, I don't do it to excess. I don't go do coke or get hammered and stuff. I go out and have fun, and then in the day I get my business done and I do things that help the world, and then at night I do stuff that I enjoy, and that's called having your cake and eating it too. And you used to not be able to do that a long time ago. How long have I been talking for? I'm gonna jump off here in a little bit. Next thing, rapid. Emerging trends, home study courses. Now this is a trend that I caught literally over 10 years ago that nobody figured out until right now. They're kind of figuring it out. Somebody says, does rapid experimentation lead to more mistakes? Good question. The answer is yes, but you're going through it so rapid, it's kind of like this. Take a match, light it. So you got a match, it's lit. Put your finger this quick through it. It doesn't burn you, right? Because it's so rapid that sure, the flame is there, the air is there, but it doesn't cause pain. You only have pain from your mistakes when you keep your finger on the flame. For example, you go out on a date with a girl. It's a horrible match for you. You can tell right away. You realize it was a mistake. The way I'm doing it, you only had 10-minute coffee with her, so who cares? It doesn't ruin your day. You sit down and coffee, you have it, you realize she's not your type. 9 minutes later, you're out the door, the rest of your day is great. Where people mess up is they don't rapidly test. They end up marrying the person that's worse for them, horrible for them, and they spend 40 years with them. Rapid experimentation, rapid implementation you get burned a little bit, but it's so fast you don't even feel it. Home study courses. This is an emerging trend that I talk about all the time, that most people are too, like I said, slow bus to figure that shit out. People are like, well, what do you do about college? Well, you want to have some classroom settings. You want to have some social learning, but you also want to have a lot of home study course. Why? You set your own schedule. I'm learning all the time. Whenever I have a spare minute, I was on an airplane coming back. The NFL flew me up for the Super Bowl. I got to go back behind the scenes in the Super Bowl. And on the way back, the pilots weren't there. They were like literally 2 hours late. Everybody was all depressed. I'm like, boom, home study course. Now with my phone, I whipped out my phone. I had a few books with me. I was writing stuff. I can launch a new business while everybody else is whining and complaining, using rapid experimentation, rapid implementation, knowing I can have my cake and eat it too, and knowing that I got home study right there. I study everywhere I go, so my whole life becomes my college. Every location is a college. I was learning yesterday. I'm gonna record a whole video of everything I learned sitting next to Kobe Bryant last night, because I learned a lot. I didn't want to record it all, because if you're sitting next to Kobe, you don't want to be like, I got a video with me and Kobe talking from 2 weeks ago. But yesterday what I learned is how some of his opinions on how to encourage and motivate people. And I'll be recording on that. So that was a home study course. Talk about have your cake and eat it too. You can have your college. I'm not anti-college, but I'm also not pro-college. But you have your choice. I was at my classroom last night. You can see it on my Facebook or Instagram. That's a good classroom. The seat next to Kobe Bryant on the floor at the Laker game. But I'm a learning machine. Home study course, study right there. Learn more than I'd ever learned in 20 years. And I didn't just learn from a professor. I learned from a guy with 5 championship rings. How to motivate. He was basically, I'll give you a little preview. He was saying Ryan Kelly was playing, and the Lakers started out real strong, then they went to shit. And Kobe, I know Meta World Peace real well, so it was like, and I was with T.O., so there's 4 of us. And Kobe turns to Meta and was like, damn, they're playing like shit. And I actually am on the official Snapchat story. If you look up LA, you'll see me. Meta World Peace and Robert Sacre were stealing my food while they were on the bench. Sacre was like, dude, give me your, can I have some of your sushi? So I gave him my sushi. But what I learned was Kobe was like, these guys are playing like shit. And he goes, it's time to stop doing such positive motivation. So he yelled out on the floor. Ryan Kelly had like missed a layup. He's like, Ryan, you're playing like shit, man. And what was very fascinating, because he wasn't joking, so it's like negative reinforcement. What Ryan Kelly, to his credit, turned around and looked at Kobe and went, I know, you're right. And I was thinking, there's a huge lesson there. If you're going to make more money, you got to have a team. If you want a team, you have to know how to motivate your team and motivate yourself. To motivate yourself and other people, sometimes you use positive encouragement. Sometimes you look at them in the eye and just say, you guys suck. Or, you know, you suck. Or you look yourself in the mirror and like, damn, you're sucky. That's a huge lesson learned from a 5-time champion, world champion. That's my home study course. I bought a home study course in the early 2000s from a guy named Corey Rudel. Everybody thought it was a get-rich-quick scheme. I bought it. It was all the money I had at the time, $500 to $1,000. I forget the exact price. And I learned in that home study course how to use Google AdWords. I spent about $1,000 on home study courses that year. And from what I learned, I haven't calculated the exact amount of money I've made back in my businesses, but for sure $10 million minimum, lowballing it. And so I tell people, this isn't even a new trend. Home study courses, if you're not buying home study courses all day, and people go, which ones to buy? I'm like, well, I have some, buy some of mine. Buy Tony Robbins, buy them all. The more you learn, the more you earn, and don't restrict yourself. Another cutting edge trend, I'm gonna try to get to 10. Is this guy helping you guys, hopefully? I think I might need another board in there, probably. Let me take some quick questions. If this is helping you, if it's not helping you, you can always, social media is like TV, you can always turn the channel. Ty, can you answer me on Snapchat? Dude, I get 10,000 Snapchats a day or something like that, so I can't answer. So don't get offended if I didn't answer you. I wish I could answer, but I literally sometimes I get 3 every 1 second I watch. And so I've tried to help before, and then I just give up because it's too hard. One of the best ways, if you're in the accelerator program, I do small talks. This one's big. We've got 1,000. This one, when we're all said and done, we'll have at least 40,000 people watch this. People come and go on my website, on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Meerkat. If you're in my accelerator, it's a smaller group. I can answer most of your questions. Ty, would you rather have Chris Paul or what was the other thing? I know Chris Paul fairly well. I went to dinner with him 2 nights ago on my Snapchat. I'll see if I say what's up at the Clipper game tonight. Do you wake up the same time every day? No, I basically sleep 8 hours a day. That's my best answer to life in general. What else? 16-year-old trying to start something. Love Bob Proctor too. Ty, how did you blow up so quick? I haven't blown up that quickly. It's just for whoever finds me now, it seems quick. And I've done, I've been entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, I've been behind the scenes launching a lot of stuff. Would you rather play Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan one-on-one? Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time, but Kobe would whip all of our asses. Ty, would you recommend to drop out of college? Not necessarily, but make sure you're in college with a plan. No plan, then you're wasting money. If it's part of a plan, then you can stay in it. But what I'm saying in the emerging trends, you better be doing home study courses at the same time. Here's why. So here's the cutting edge thing. I think I'm on number 6, right?
Yes.
Number 6 is learning from doers. Now, this is a cutting edge technique. In the past, the way that you would build your business is getting an MBA. You get a master's in business. You become an entrepreneur, and you would learn from people who were professors. They didn't actually do it. They were the teachers. The cutting edge trend now, for me, for example, if I want to learn how to coach a team, I'm gonna find coaches. Like, I'm good friends with George Karl. He coaches Sacramento Kings now, and he's the number 3 or 4 most winning basketball coach in history. So I ask him questions. I'll be like, how do you recommend I coach? If I want to learn, if I'm not a billionaire, but if my goal is to become a billionaire, it's not really my goal. But if it was, I know Mark Cuban. I text him. I'll be like, dude, what's the biggest thing that I asked him? He was here at the house. I'm like, what's the most important thing to become a billionaire? He said, knowing sales basically and hustling. I go straight to the source to learn. My basketball trainer played in the NBA for 10 years. My guy who does fitness, and he's a guy who's won fitness championships in the world, US. I think he came in number 3 or something in the United States in all natural fitness competition. You want to learn to build an entrepreneurial business, you got to learn from an entrepreneur. And that's cutting edge, because you couldn't do that in the past. You couldn't do that in the past. Why could you not do that in the past? You couldn't do that in the past because there wasn't social media, there wasn't live streaming, there wasn't home study courses and videos and all the stuff that you have now. Okay? And so this is an emerging trend. If you've grown up brainwashed by learning only from quote unquote teachers, I listen to everybody, but I mostly listen to people who actually did it themselves. Like music. You want to get in the music bit? It was funny. Yesterday I was with G-Eazy. You guys know G-Eazy? You see that yesterday? Me and G-Eazy, we're working on a little thing, and he was at the game, and he was sitting. We were going to do a little switching of the seats because he wanted to come sit by Kobe. But then T.O. came, so I couldn't. And G-Eazy, he's a dude who built a brand for himself as a rapper, a white rapper. He's got millions of followers and all that stuff. And if I got questions, like I'm going to be doing some more stuff in the music business. Not me as a musician, but me as a businessman in the music industry. I'm talking to him. That's important for me to learn from somebody who actually did it. Go back through your brain and think of everybody who taught you stuff going back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Did they do the stuff they were teaching? And almost always, it wasn't that way. Okay? 7.
Time to walk Edwin out.
Okay. Number 7, and I need, Maddie, tell them to bring me my big water. The number 7 emerging trend is something that I call, this isn't necessarily a trend, this is a technique, but I want to throw this in there. And this is what I call trend stacking. Now, for those of you, how many of you are already in the accelerator? Last year, I let 3,000 people in my private accelerator out of about 1 million people who watched my free calls. I let about 3,000 in. Not everybody wanted to be in out of the 1 million, but a lot of people did. We have an application. We let 3,000 people. I think it was like 3,100 or something last year. So we have a lot of those people. I saw Nimi Bernie was in here. He actually flew in. If you live in LA, by the way, I got a conference tomorrow. If you go to my website, click the conference link. I think we have a few tickets left. We got the hotel to open up more space. It's in Hollywood, 2 days, tomorrow and Wednesday. So, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, trend stacking. In the accelerator, I teach this more advanced. Like I said, I only have about 45 minutes today. I only got about 20, 30 minutes left. Then I got to jet out. I got to train a little bit myself, then go into the Clipper game. If you go to too many basketball games, you get fat. So I got to make sure I got time to train. Trend stacking is the ultimate way to catch new, big, badass trends. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Let's do it on a new page. Trend stacking is taking multiple trends, boom, 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 and blending them into one powerful new trend. And I'll show you how this works. What is Snapchat? Because Snapchat is massive. And to me, if I could own any social media platform, Facebook is still the most valuable, but Snapchat's going to be, in my guess, I could be wrong, will be double the value of Twitter, double the value of Instagram. Okay? WhatsApp is pretty powerful. A lot of people use it. But Twitter, no. No. If I could have a choice, I clap my fingers and I own, Snapchat versus Twitter. Pfft, no way. You want Snapchat, man. My Snapchat is Ty Lopez 1. Ty Lopez and then I'm 1. And hey! I just spilled my drink. Hello. You want to say hello here? Yeah. We need to just practice a towel. Yeah. Joel Salatin's here. You want to come stand here? You can be seen on all the cameras. Oh, Snapchat.
What is that?
That was a chocolate milk. It's a chocolate shake.
Well, first of all, got to give you a hug.
Hey, Joel Salatin is here. A lot of you have heard me talk. I'm sure everybody's heard me talk. We're doing a live call. Joel's here for the conference. How was the flight?
Uneventful.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
Didn't go up and down too much.
No, not too much. Got a lot of work done.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you tired?
A little bit. Not too bad.
We have an event to surprise you with. If you want to go.
Yeah, I've heard. Here you go.
You think you're going to be able to?
Yeah.
You'll like
He
it.
said
Sure.
last time we took him to Rihanna.
Rihanna once, Clippers next.
Yeah, Joel came in to the Rihanna Kevin Hart dinner last time.
Yeah, never a dull moment.
Never. People can call me lots of things. They can't call me boring.
No, can't call you boring or dull. That's right.
Everything else you can call me.
Just call me to lunch.
Maya.
Yes.
What? So I'm gonna finish up here. Do you want to take a little break, shower?
No, I'm good.
Because we're to leave in about 1 hour.
Okay.
So food.
That's great. I would like to check in on my emails. And
Yeah.
stuff. Do a couple of
Okay.
things.
Thank you.
I've got a couple.
Is he gonna be in the?
In the corner room.
Not the pink one,
No,
but the other one.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Joel.
Thanks, Ty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. That was my first mentor from when I was a teenager. He comes in, he flew into my conference. Joel is like my second dad. He owns a farm. He's one of the pioneers of like organic grass-fed farming and all that cool stuff. He's an awesome guy. Super creative. And, I didn't really have a dad when I was growing up until older. I had a stepdad, but when I was born, my dad was in prison. So in a lot of ways, Joel Salatin was like my first dad, and learned lots of stuff from Joel. And he's a powerful dude in terms of like strong, and told me first person to ever tell me what it really was to be alive, and all the stuff that society brainwashes us. Joel kind of, I would say, unbrainwashed me as best he could. Yeah, he has a TEDx talk. He has 2 TEDx talks. Yeah, Joel stuff. Everybody loves Joel Salatin. That meets him.
Trend right here.
Trend right here.
Right here. This is the new thing going on with kids.
Anybody want to Ty Lopez and chill? Is that like Netflix and chill?
Except for you learn stuff.
So let's talk about trend stacking, because Joel is a great trend stacker. But why is Snapchat more valuable than Twitter? Well, Snapchat is a blend of multiple trends stacked on top of each other. One of the trends would be an app. Okay, so you have apps. But there's been apps before. There's been Facebook, and everybody has an app. So they built an app, and then they laid another trend. What's another trend? Taking pictures of yourself and whatever you're doing. Instagram was already doing that. So they stacked an app, and then they stacked, this ability to shoot selfies and all that. That's the second trend. Then they put a third trend on top of that. And when you put 3 trends together, you make something new. The third trend was privacy, by having to by auto-deleting whatever you post in 24 hours. So Snapchat, with Instagram, you post, your pictures show for the next 20 years. With Snapchat, you post to your story, or you post to somebody, as soon as they open it, or if it's on your story, after 24 hours, it's gone. So trend stacking has become a new powerful tool. I've kind of invented trend stacking, the term. People were doing it before, but I've kind of made this into a goal, and a goal that I set for myself. I want to catch the next big trend. Now I want to catch multiple trends and blend them, and that is the ultimate power. So number 7, I'm going to show you how to do something that literally nobody in the world knows. And you're not going to learn this in any college. You won't learn this in any book I've ever read. This is kind of something that I've developed. Now, if you're in my accelerator, I'm going to open up applications for the accelerator. The accelerator will teach you how to do this even more. I only got 10 minutes to show you how to do this. You really need, by the way, if you want to learn the stuff that about increasing your income, building a business, growing your existing business, or if you don't have a business, quitting a job that you hate and all that stuff, I'm going to show you how to do that, but I can't do it all in one day. I've tried to squash it all into like one afternoon. It's just not enough time. That's why I built the accelerator. It's a 4-month program, home study course. You test it, you check it whenever you have time, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, and the next thing, after a while, after 4 months, you'll feel like it's a new you. And some people take quicker than 4 months. I had a guy get in the program in 1 week. He learned how to raise $2 million for his idea. In fact, if you check my YouTube, I recorded a video with him. Just Google raise 2 million. Look at my YouTube videos for the one about $2 million he raised. What's a trend? Let's just name some quick trends, and I'll show you how to do this right now. In general, you want to stack 3 trends. Some people try to stack 2. I find that not to be enough. Sometimes 4 is good. If you try to stack like 19 things, it becomes too complicated and a business model that just doesn't work so well. So don't have too little, don't have too many. Let's just throw some out. Organic food, lip injections. Okay? Do you have good handwriting, Maddie?
No.
Who has one?
No.
Eddie?
No.
Nathan? Okay.
Jason said
Let's
self-driving RVs are the next thing you would invest in.
Self-driving
Because
RVs.
America is going to be, everyone's going to travel in America.
Jay Samet says self-driving. So let's just go self-driving cars. That's a good one. We're going to make them tight because it's going to be a lot. Like 3, I would say you're going to end up with 1 column, 2 column, 3 columns, like really tight. Self-driving cars, fast delivery. Somebody said lip injections. We can put that. What else do we have? Solar power. And I've defined one rule. It doesn't have to be super new trend. With trend stacking, I say anything in the last 10 years, okay? 10 years seems like a long time, but for this trend stacking, you don't want everything to be like 1 week old. You need some stable trends too. Monochromatic fashion, tablets, drones, personalized healthcare, Dollar Shave Club, so monthly home deliveries. I'm getting ready to launch a home delivery of books that I'll send you every month. Tell me if you like that idea. I'll send you 2 or 3 books for like a cheap price, like $19 a month, delivered to your door, like 3 or 4. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 books, 3 books, 4 books, and it's books that I've approved that I think are worth reading. Anybody like? Sorry?
Do they get to keep them?
Yeah, it's yours. It's like a delivery box of books, and even if you don't read them all, I'll tell you this: you want to keep books in your office. You want to impress people. If I walk into an office and there's no books in them, I'm like, who is this fool?
Ladies love the books in there. Right?
Ladies love the books too, and the more books you have laying around, the more likely you'll just pick them up and. Okay, so a lot of people like that. What else do we have? Hover cars. I don't know if that's new. Live streaming. That's good. What else do we have? Segways. AI, artificial intelligence.
We have
VR, virtual reality. Oh yeah, esports. Like gambling on or fantasy sports. Fantasy sport. Curved screens. Superhero movies. Online dating. Holograms. Gamification, that's a big one. Got to wrap up here soon. I'm gonna give you guys 20 minutes, whoever wants to get an accelerator. So if you're ready to get an accelerator, I'm gonna pop on the accelerator link in a second. And that accelerator is, just so you know, for 20 minutes, I'm gonna lower the price. The 2016 price is $4,000 to get in, but for the first 30 people or 20 minutes, I'm gonna let in for last year's price, which is one-time payment of $997,000. What else? Craft beer, that is definitely one. Audiobooks been in video version, that's interesting. Grocery deliveries, memes, focus pills like brain pills, yep, see those. Podcasts, yep. Last 10 years, VR goggle repair. What else do we have? Ebooks, yep. Instagram for business. Ubers for task runners, yep. Longer shirts, wrappers. Somebody said, Ty, what's accelerator? What is an accelerator? I have a home study paid program that goes more in depth than I can do on these free calls. On these free calls, you got to remember, I got everybody. Some people are kind of interested, so I can't go too in depth just because I run out of time. So I made a home study course. As long as you have a phone or a computer, you can access it. It's just a video library. And these aren't videos you can get anywhere else. They're not on my YouTube. They're not on anything else I have. It's a members-only, private password protected group called the Accelerator to accelerate your learning. Okay, what else? Music festivals have become big. That's true. Snapchatting's become big. Cryptocurrencies. Yep. Video streaming, which killed Blockbuster. Yeah, Netflix is one. Amazon selling, so selling your items on Amazon has gotten big. Somebody said, Ty, you tripled the price. I quadrupled the price, actually. But like I said, I'm going to put a link up here. During my talk, I'm going to let 30 of you into the accelerator at the old price of just $997. You can wait till tomorrow and you can pay $4,000, or you can wait a month or something like that. But some people say, Ty, why do you charge? And I say, well, because the whole world is paying $40,000 to go to college, and most of them are coming out not knowing jack shit. If you want to learn straight from the source, like I do, then this is a way to do it. I brought all the people I learned from. I recorded them on video, like Joel Salatin, like all these people, like Mark Cuban, and I put them in one members-only website that you get in, and costs less than community college class. Community college costs you more than $1,000 a year. This is a program. Everything I've known, you learn straight from people that actually did it. TEDx talks are big, yes. Khan Academy, yeah, online learning, real estate flipping has become big. Forex trading has become big. Google Docs, yeah, cloud-based stuff. Home study programs, there you go, Daniel, I agree. Teslas, electric cars, yep. I've gotten to hang out with Elon Musk a few times this year, in the last year. A very interesting guy to talk to. Somebody said, Ty, I love your shirt, bro. Yeah, customized t-shirts is a big one. I've had all these guys who teach you in the accelerator, they made $2-3 million a year selling t-shirts. One of them, my friend, he made, I think, $4 million profit last year. How'd you like that? How'd you like a nice check for $300,000 a month profit? He's in the accelerator teaching. He's actually in my higher level program. I have higher level programs that are $50,000 to get into. He's in one of those, Nishant. And it's all about what you learn and who you learn from. Remember that. Kobe Bryant learned from Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. That's what. Believe it or not, I asked Kobe Bryant who he learned from. He said Michael Jackson. I'm not sure what he learned from Michael Jackson, but probably had to be great or something. Okay. Let's take any of these. I'll show you right now. There's a new business right here. There's a new business to be had that's never been done in the history of humanity that you could do if you understand this. Giveaways, contests. Let's put contests. Let's just do this. Watch this. I'm going to show you how to randomly generate a business instantly that has a great chance of success. I'm just going to go like this. We're going to go. What is that? Custom t-shirts. Lip injections. Okay. Virtual reality. All right, let's go. How about we have customized, because lip injections is about becoming more beautiful. Virtual reality is about being able to see anything you want And custom t-shirts is about a customized apparel clothing line. So what if people, I guarantee you, once there's virtual reality, people are going to want to dress the people up. So what if you had the first virtual reality clothing line, right, that made people more beautiful? Boom, there you go. Now, I didn't exactly take each of these because it's a little hard to put, but notice, that's for beauty, that's for apparel, this is virtual. Boom. I guarantee you people are going to make millions of dollars selling virtual reality stuff. Somebody said that would be silly. Oh, no, people are paying for virtual coins in video games. Coin mining has become a huge business. Let's go. Somebody said, what about customized lips on a t-shirt? That'd be hilarious. A t-shirt business where you have like girls with like big lips on them. I guarantee you that one would work. I don't know if you'd make $1 million, but you would definitely. Big lips are in style. What else? Let's go here. Boom. Gamification. Tell me when to stop, somebody.
Stop.
Memes.
Stop.
Drones or tablets. I don't know where my finger was. Let's say tablets. So tablets to me is like making whatever you do on apps. You know, like a tablet is like a smaller experience from a desktop. So you're going to gamify memes. That would actually be awesome. A gamified meme app. Boom, you're in business. You take the top trending memes in the world. There's memes released every day going on Instagram, Facebook. You make an app that gamifies them somehow. Like you get virtual points by voting, and if the one meme you voted on goes viral, you get more points or something like that. A meme competition on your iPad. Boom. I guarantee you that idea can make somebody serious cash. Again, I don't know if that's going to make you $100 million, but it can make $100,000. You know, maybe even 500 grand with a business like that. Okay, one last one. Let's go. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Music festivals.
Oh,
Stop.
Drones.
Oh,
Stop.
Craft beer.
Oh,
Oh, that one's easy. That one's easy. Show up at festivals with the baddest ass craft beer. Like, you know how that booths like Coachella? Deliver them by drones. Or just drone, or just video the whole thing. Have a drone flying up above, and whenever people buy a beer, follow them. Then have that thing streaming on Facebook Live. People at Coachella get on the Snapchat Live. You know, you get on the official Snapchat thing, droning people going by, getting your drinks. Stuff like that. Look at what Richard Branson did to build Virgin Airlines. He did crazy tactics because it's called interruption marketing. You see that? Trend stacking. Somebody said stole it from Gary Vee. You talking about craft beer idea? We just made that up right now. That didn't get stolen. And I definitely didn't steal trend stacking from anybody. You hear anybody in the world talk about trend stacking, you know you took it from me. That's what I'll tell you that right now, just so you know. All kinds of people in the world take my stuff. And then sometimes people come to me with my own ideas and are like, hey Ty, here's a cool idea. I'm like, bro, you telling me my idea? I'm on camera years ago talking about that shit. I got proof. If I steal stuff from anybody, I give them full recognition. Trend stacking ain't taken from anybody, but people did take it from me, just so you know. I can do this all day. I can generate businesses. That's why I'm not worried if I lose all my money. If I lose all my money, I'll sit here with a whiteboard, trend stack, regenerate. I know the basic principles of, there's 4 things you have to know about business, the 4 Ps. You have to know about productizing things. How do you create products, which we just did. You have to know about pricing, how to split test and create the proper pricing model. 3rd thing, you have to know about promotions, which is marketing. And then 4th thing, you have to know, which is distribution or placement. How do you place your product? I understand the 4 Ps. I can launch businesses nonstop. So after you have an idea, do you write a business plan? I tend to not write business plans. Some people, you know, some people love business plans. It's not my favorite way of doing it. Let's get an accelerator. I gotta go. Got to go. Make sure you watch my Snapchat. I got some interesting people coming with me on the court there. I'm going to be courtside by the Clippers. I'll be across from the bench, so I'll be on the other side. We'll see. There'll be all kinds of interesting people at the Clipper game. And I'm friends with some of the Clippers, so I like going to the Clipper games. Next thing, you want to take this further. About 20% of people, just so you know, anything you ever do, 80% of people you bump into, 80% of people you bump into are not serious about whatever you're talking to them about. People waste your time. 20% of people are always down for you. That's what I found. If you take your Facebook friends list, 80% of those people are not real friends. 20% of them are more serious. And when I do a call like this and I have 50,000 people on it, at most 20%, maybe 10,000 of them are serious. But I like to do quality over quantity. So let's say we're gonna have 50,000 people total on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and Meerkat when you add them all up over the last couple hours. 20%, 10,000, even that's too many. I like to do, more like 1/10 of 1,000th of a percent. So I'm going to open it up for 30 people. I'm going to give you guys an application. Anybody can apply. I'm going to accept 30 of you in. It's my online home study course called the Accelerator. Okay? Some of you are already in the Accelerator, so you don't need to be here for that. You're already in it. A lot of you aren't in it. Why do you want to be in it? I'll show you real quick why. I named it the Accelerator. Let me show you something very scary. Here's something very scary. Everybody you ever meet, here's a graph. Everybody you ever meet, almost all of them, this is too far away. Almost everybody you ever meet in life is going to become a millionaire. Here's their age. Here's when you're born, you're 1 year old. Let's say this is 100 years old, okay? That's your lifespan. Here's people's income earning patterns. The average person, and this is money. Let's say this is $1 million a year income, or a millionaire, whatever you want to put here, some big number. When I was born a single mom, never met a millionaire, never hung out with one, probably till I was in my 20s, ever met one. Most people's learning curve is like this when it comes to their income. So eventually they will hit $1 million at age 150. And there's real statistics to prove this. The average person in America, when they're retiring, has about 60 grand saved up. So if you do the math, if you're 70 years old and you have 60 grand and you grow and you could invest that money at 8% or 4%, most people don't get 8%, whatever the number is, in general, it'll take you to about 150 years old to being wealthy, okay, or having $1 million bucks. So the problem is you die here before your income catches up with before your lifestyle catches up with what you want. What you have to do is, how can you accelerate that? Your goal, Evan Spiegel, he started Snapchat around 19 years old, okay? And then he figured out how to accelerate. So at age 23, he was already a billionaire. Now, not everybody's going to be able to do that. Not everybody's going to even become a millionaire. You must figure out, according to Daniel Kahneman, the Nobel Prize winning economist from Princeton, you have to figure out, and I call this the pyramid of wealth. It comes in these stages. So debt is here at the bottom. So this is when you have less than $0 to your name, you're in debt. So this is the lowest. Then above that, you have what I call scarcity. According to Daniel Kahneman, if you have less than $70,000 a year of income, you're in scarcity and you're unhappy. And then I call this financial health. When you go from 70 to about 150 grand a year. This is health. Then you have the next stage, which is what I call prosperity. Okay, that's when you make 150 to 1 million. And then at the highest levels here, this is where I call this wealth and impact. And very few people this is when you're making over $1 million bucks a year. So you don't have to be here. You don't even have to be there, but you have to be here. is the optimal. Some of you are already at financial health. You're making 7150. We got to figure out how to go up one. And if you're down here, you just got to figure out how to get to there. And once you're there, you go like this. It's called incremental growth. One of my mentors, Alan Nation, he used to say it's better to creep forward than to leap forward. Some of you are going to try to creep forward. And some of you, leap forward, and some of you are going to creep forward. Some of you are going to go, time and debt, I got an idea that'll make me a billionaire. Well, that's too big of a jump. You know what happens if you've never lifted weights and then you put 500 pounds on the bench? You kill yourself. I got a video of this dude trying to squat too much. Remember that one where that guy put the thing and he didn't have the rack on right, he didn't have clamps on it, and the whole thing just explodes, and he had like 900 pounds, or maybe not 700 pounds. You're gonna die. And somebody said, Ty, does this apply to every location in the U.S.? According to Daniel Kahneman, yes. According to his research, most countries in the world, not all, but you got to adjust your currency if you live in Bangladesh or something to this currency level. 70 grand is where he said you become happy. He said if you're doing less than 70 grand, in his opinion, he said you'll be less happy. I mean, his scientific research. You can read about it. Just Google Daniel Kahneman, money, happiness. My goal for the accelerator is to accelerate this process. Most people take about a decade to jump from each one. So people who are in debt take about 10 years to get out of debt. Then when they're here, they take about 10 years. Well, the problem is that's a long time to get up to these ones. Because some people take 20 years. If it takes you 20 years, you're here. 20 years later, you're there. 40 years later, you hit financial health. But then you can't work anymore, so you need even more money. And my goal for each of you is how can you accelerate the step up? And I can't promise you how quickly that's going to be. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing like that. I'll show you what worked for me, and I hope it works for you. And so far, my experiment of showing this and sharing this since May of 2015 last year it's been insane how well it's worked for other people. And I have a money-back guarantee, 100%. So you get in the program, it doesn't work for you. You have 60 days to test it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't change, you don't feel like you're going up, then you get all your money back. So it's a risk-free, 100% guarantee. My lawyer said I shouldn't do it that way, but I decided to do it that way. And the fascinating thing is our refund rate is so low. It's crazy. In fact, I had a consultant here, and he wouldn't believe me that my refund rate, I had to show him the numbers, you know? And so it's a great way for each of you who want to accelerate your life to actually accelerate your life, and specifically around the subject of income. So the way it works, is very simple. I'm going to show an application button. You click it, you fill out an application. And on that application, you can basically, you put in your basic info, and I'll show you what you're going to get. If you're accepted in, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 6 main things. Number 1, you're going to get private access. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know and who you learn from. Twice a month, there's a special private online training that you come on and do, okay? It's not open, it's not on Periscope, Meerkat, it's just a private password you'll have. When you come onto it, you're going to learn a new thing every 2 weeks. If we go through a curriculum, I'll assign a book to you. If you don't like to read much, you can listen to an audio book or just kind of read the notes. I'll be going through the most cutting edge curriculum, learning from people who actually did it on how you can increase your income, launch your business, take your idea, grow, whatever you're trying to do financially. Number 2, I'm going to give you a library online of what I call mini talks. So these are short talks on any subject you want. So you can pick and choose. You want to learn how to invest in real estate? Boom. You click the button on your phone, you log in with your private password, you're watching a private talk, a mini talk on real estate. I've got Gary Keller, for example, teaching. He built the largest residential real estate company in the world. I have Cole Hatter, a friend of mine who went from a fireman who got hit by a car by a drunk driver and was paralyzed from the legs down to became a millionaire through real estate investing. So over and over, I've taken the best people. You want to learn how to get more YouTube subscribers, you want to learn how to hire and fire people, you want to learn how to get business partners, you want to learn how to build a business plan, you want to learn how to get out of debt, all those things. There's about 100 or 200, I think now it's more like about 200 different choices, 100 to 200 different videos, and they're around 18 minutes long. Some are short, some are longer, and they average kind of like a TED Talk, okay? Next, the third thing that you get access to is what I call the money motivation. I've got special videos that I post specifically once a week. It's a week, every week you get a new theme. How do you motivate yourself? You know, I can give you all the best ideas in the world. I can show you how to do this, this, and that thing. But the average person cannot motivate themselves. And when you can't motivate yourself, you never make any money because you just procrastinate. Very important that each of you learn specific techniques on how to motivate yourself and overcome procrastination. Next thing you're going to get access to in the private member only. After money motivation, I'm going to give you access, number 4, to, this goes along with this, preferred access. So that's twice a month, but I found people need a little more access. Twice a week, I come on Periscope, Meerkat, Facebook specifically to talk to you. If you're in the accelerator, I'll give you a special code. You just type that in on the comment, and I know you're in the accelerator, and I answer you first. Next thing, we have a private Facebook networking group. It's only for people that are in the paid program. One of the cool things about being in a paid program is you know everybody there is serious. You know everybody there is higher level. When you go to network with people, who you want to network with? People that aren't committed, people that aren't real deal. This is people that are real deal. And it's not just what you know, it's who you know. If you watched my Snapchat last week, there was 2 guys here. You know what's fascinating? They were both high school seniors. They came to one of my conferences. They networked, just like I told. They became friends. They launched a business in December. Now they're making $20,000 a month with a hoverboard repair company. Best testimony I've ever gotten in video here at my place. He said, Ty, I want you to know you took me from a lost, broke high school senior to somebody making 20 grand a month. And you helped me find a business partner. It's always more powerful to have a business partner if you can find a good one. That comes from networking. You're going to get access to that. The 6th thing you're going to get access to, and I'm going to give you 3 bonuses in addition to this. What am I missing here? There's so much stuff. We used to only give you 2 things back in May, and now I added, what's my 6th one? No, that's the bonuses.
I got it right here on the screen.
We'll throw it up on the screen. Oh yeah, behind the scenes. So it's not enough to just me to tell you how to build something. I'm going to flip on a camera. I got special videos where you see behind the scenes of me building businesses from scratch that you'll never get anywhere else. It's very important to see behind the scenes. Okay, now how much does it cost? Like I explained why I charge money. I charge money. Joel Salton's actually here. He's the one who told me, don't ever give everything away you do for free. People won't value it and they won't do it. I've already tested that. You give people stuff for free, they don't show up. You make them pay, then it's that discipline. That's why now I pay for every trainer I can. I get the top jiu-jitsu people in the world, they want to come for free. I'm like, no, let me pay you. Because I know if I pay them, they'll show up and do their best and be able to put time and energy into it. So what price? At first I was going to charge the same price as USC University because it's one of the top schools here in LA. And that was like roughly $260,000. I was going to build a 4-year program that was going to replace college, and it was 260 grand. I got ready to launch that, talk to people. The only problem is only rich people would go into that, or kids of rich parents. And I remember my background, which is, like I said, I was born to a single mom. She couldn't even afford to put me in regular college. And so what I decided to do was go from building a program that's the most expensive to the least expensive. So I just started asking my friends who are in college, what's it cost? And my friend said it costs him $1,000 a quarter to be in community college. So I was like, boom, I'll charge $1,000. Okay? So now, that was for 2015. So that was the 2015 price. Now last year, for about 4 months, I told everybody, once January 1st comes, I'm raising it to $1,000 a month. It's a 4-month program, $4 grand. So that's what the price is now. But whenever I do these live calls, people tell me, dude, I cannot afford $4 grand, I'm broke, and I understand. And so I like to open up to those really interested. I'm gonna go back to the 2015 price. One-time payment of $997. $997. Instead of you doing $39.97. Now, if you want to wait till tomorrow or whatever, you can pay $4 grand. If you want to go to my website and click the regular link, you'll see it on my website. It's $4 grand. I'm happy for you to pay $4 grand. Whatever, I don't care. This isn't my main source of my income, but if you want to pay $4 grand, go ahead. I'd rather you get in for $997 and then have extra money to invest back in your business. Use it for marketing and so on and so forth. So what I'm gonna do is for the next 20 minutes, start the timer right now. I'm gonna put a link. And I'm gonna give you some other bonuses, but first let me show you this because I gotta go. Damn it, it's 5:45. The game starts at 7:30.
20 minutes on the clock.
Here's how you can get in. Number one, if you're on my website, watching this video, there's a button that says apply now. Boom. I still got to train. I'm going to do a real quick training. Yesterday I only had 7 minutes. I just did my triceps. For those of you who are not training right, you've got to learn how to train. When you don't have much time, just do it short. Okay, number 2 way, if you're on Facebook Live, Periscope or Meerkat, you have to close Facebook, open up a new window, and type this special domain in. Make sure you type this in, because if you don't type this in, you're gonna have to pay $4,000. If you type this in, you only have to pay $997. So it's just my website, tylopez.com, very easy to remember, /Facebook. If you're on Periscope, /Periscope. If you're on Meerkat, /Meerkat. If you don't like either of these and you're old school, you can call my office, 800-604-2587. I got 15 phone lines to answer. Whenever I do this, it goes very fast. By the way, I'm serious about the 20-minute thing. So
18 minutes.
I like to do it this way because I've found in my life, procrastinators are never people you want to surround yourself with. I'm not saying everybody needs to go through this, but if you see the value, you see the stuff I'm doing, and you're not willing to take action, then that's great. My life is always full of people who are action takers. Quality over quantity every time. Now, you can not do this program, feel free, and you can go to college and you can spend 20 grand or 10 grand or 50 grand. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you this, watch out for all the people going to my accelerator, because you're not gonna wanna compete with them with your ideas. The people who follow me, some of the best people in the world follow me. All the big entrepreneurs that you can think of follow my stuff, most of them. Most of them. A lot of them don't want to admit it because they're cocky and proud, but that's okay. I can live with that. 4th way, if you like email, go ahead and email maya@tylopez.com. The 5th way is you can go to my website, click the help button, and you can live chat. All right, we got 18 minutes left and 30 spots. Okay, whichever one's reached quickest. When you click the button, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see an application. You fill out the application, you put in your credit card info. It's a 256-bit SSL encrypted page. From there, then after that's completed and accepted, the next page will be a phone scheduler. I have an onboarding team that'll talk to you on the phone anywhere in the world you live in. They'll help you out. They'll explain your password and all that. And sure, you'll have questions. Now, there's 3 levels to the accelerator, by the way. Today, I'm letting you in level 1, which is the money level. We're focused on how to make more money, the language of money, how to invest your money, 3-bucket investing. You'll be learning techniques from my friend who manages $150 million in the stock market. What they didn't tell you, real estate. You'll be learning how to, like I said, get out of debt. You'll be learning how to take an idea and make it reality. How to build a team, how to buy businesses, how to sell businesses, how to build apps. I just did an accelerator video that's in the money program by the kids that have, right now, they have 2 apps that are top 20 in the world, and they're 19. That's who you want to be learning from. Remember I said the cutting edge trend is to learn from doers? They had the #1 app in the world. It took them a month to build the #1 app. You know what happens when you have the #1 app in the world? I don't care if it's a free app or paid app, because you can monetize it through ads. They made money. They made 600 grand in the last 3 months. They follow all my stuff. They are like, Ty, well, you know, we want to work with you, work for you. Now you might be watching, you're 50 years old, 20 years old, 30, 40. This works for all ages. Knowledge works for all ages. And in the modern economy, no one cares about your age. If you're black, white, Latin, white, no one cares, because you can sell online. No one sees who you are. I had Liz in the accelerator. She's making $500,000 a month on Amazon. Now, I'm not promising any of you are going to just go from 0 to 500,000. What I'm promising you is I'm going to give you 3 special bonuses. Very important. So today you're getting in the money program. There's a more advanced version. You can, when you get on the phone with my team, you can ask them about being in the advanced marketing or the entrepreneur level. That's not available for everybody. Everyone has to go through the money level. If you want to go in these, they're a different price. They're more expensive. But start out here. When you talk to my team, about 10% of you can go into these, because it's a little too advanced for a lot of people. I go into the 25 cognitive biases and modalities, and I go into modulation and all this stuff on real high-level marketing. And a lot of you don't need that yet. I go into more advanced entrepreneur techniques, but everybody needs this. Who's this good for? Some of you are dead broke, know nothing about, don't even, just have an idea. This works great. Some of you are already making $1 million a year. Trust me, you're going to go in this and hear stuff you won't learn anywhere. I can guarantee you that. People ask me why I don't write a book. I'm like, well, books are great, but by the time I write a book, it won't be cutting edge anymore. With videos, I can record a video yesterday. I recorded a video on Thursday from the kids that have 2 apps in the top 20 store. I can get that information to you in 1 hour, 1 day. It takes 6 months to write a book. You'll be 6 months behind. Someone says, Ty, I want to marry you. Okay. Let's go. So that's the money. Now, 3 super, I'm actually going to give you 4 super bonuses. The first one I already told you about. If you're in here in the next 20 minutes, we got about 15 minutes left. Super bonus number 1 is $997 instead of $4,000. I'm sorry, $3,997. Okay? This is the number 1. Number 2, I'm going to give you an annual pass to meet me in person at any of my events. Okay? I'm doing 6 to 12 events a year. I did one in New York. I'm doing one in LA tomorrow. You're going to get first rights to get into my event at no cost. We only charge you $1 just to reserve your spot. So instead of having to buy a ticket, you're going to be VIP at my events for $1. That's just a placeholder dollar so our system can track your ticket. So that's an annual pass, kind of like a Disney pass, but a lot better. Number 3, I'm going to give you what I call the vault. This is something I'm getting ready to charge $10,000 for, but you're not going to have to pay any extra right now, which has 100 hours of my talks that I've never released before. You name a subject, I've talked about it as a consultant, talked to top entrepreneurs. I'm going to give you access to that. And then the 4th thing is for the refund. My lawyer said to do a 3-day refund, because that's in California. You have to do a 3-day refund. And then I said, that's too short. He said, well, 14-day. And I was like, that's still not enough time. So I told him this. He was like, you're crazy. Literally, that was his exact words. And so I'm going to give you a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. So if you get in here and you find it wasn't what you expected, you didn't like the videos, it's not helping you, you got 60 days. That's 2 months. The reason my lawyer said I'm crazy, he's like, well, people are just going to buy the program, download it all, because you can download the audios, and then they'll just want their money back. But here's one thing I told him that he didn't know. I said, if you give enough value to people, they're thankful and grateful, and they don't abuse you. And that's why my refund rate is infinitesimally low. We're at now like 95%. We have like a 4 or 5% refund rate, which is crazy low. Most people have like 15 to 30% refund if you do a 60-day one. And a lot of those people refunding, it's not because they didn't like it. It's like one guy had cancer the other day. He just found out, so he needed the money for chemotherapy. So we, of course, send him the money back. It only takes about 3 days to get, depending on your bank. We just press the refund button. Your $9.97 fee goes right back to you, okay? And you can refund for any reason. So I'm sure people have taken advantage of us. But you know what? I still want to do it because I believe in rewarding the good people, and I believe most people are good people. It's just a few annoying people ruin it for everybody else. Question. Most common question is, will this work for me? If I had time, I would read through you. We print these off every day. We store them. I had to take an extra 2 people in my office just to record all the testimonials. It's insane, the testimonial. And these are like not one word made up by us. We have so many crazy testimonials. At our last conference, how many testimonial videos did you guys get?
We had 180 or 250.
Yeah, we average like 150.
So in the last 3 conferences, we did like 600-700 video testimonials in the last 3 months.
We should cue those up there in the comments.
Yeah, we should throw it. You would be here for a day watching all of these. I got people sending me pictures of their first, a guy, one of my favorite ones, he sent me a picture of his first home, first multi-million-dollar home, or $1 million home, not multi, but bought $1 million house after being in the program, learning how to raise his income. Again, my lawyers always say, Ty, remind people that not everybody is going to have that result. Not everybody's going to have that money. Not everybody's going to get $1 million house. But you got to ask yourself this. What if you could have had it and you missed the chance? There's no risk because there's 100% money back guarantee. All right, we've got 10 minutes left. Then I'm definitely out. Damn it. I'm going to have to do it. 2 7-minute workouts. So is Pooh ready? Todd, where should I invest the 150 grand? Easy. Invest into your brain first. Some people say, Todd, I already have a business. Is this good for me? Hell yeah. I just had a guy at the Laker game. If you watch my Snapchat, God, I've been going to so many Laker games. But remember the guy who came up to us with the watches? The guy came up to me. He's like, dude, I follow all your stuff. He's like, I want to talk to you. And I get that all the time, so I didn't know if he was legit. He pulled up his watch. He said, man, I started out, I raised $300,000 on Kickstarter for my watch business. He has a watch that's $90 to $150. He has a few different watches, and he did $30 million his first year. And he's like, that's pretty good. Jake, it's Movement is the name of his watches. That's the kind of people that are in this stuff. Every badass entrepreneur shows up here. Trust me. Watch my Snapchat. Everywhere from Mark Cuban billionaires all the way down to people just starting out. Okay? I would love, my goal and why I put a cap on how many people get in, I want to start a movement. I want you to be part of a movement of people who took control back of their own life, who took control of their own finances, who realize that society is going to hold you back. It will brainwash you. Trust me. People are afraid. Society is fear-based. They're going to tell you, oh, this stuff only worked for this. Trust me. Never listen to those people. They're always broke. That's the first thing you learn. It's funny. Every badass person I meet is super optimistic. They're not gullible, but they're optimistic. Every broke person. Anytime somebody tells you you can't do it, what they're really saying is they couldn't do it, and they don't want you to succeed past them. They don't want you to they don't want you to exceed them. That's why that's called social controls. If you study evolutionary psychology or sociology, social controls, okay? Somebody said, how do you raise more money? I'm going to show you. I put a guy in the program who raised, how many minutes? He raised 130 grand in 13 hours using Kickstarter. So many of you just don't know how to use all the tools available to you right now. That's an emerging trend. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, it's crazy. Crowdfunder. Ty, did you know that I needed this motivational cast? It won't be long till I'm coming. Awesome. Ty went through a bad divorce, filed bankruptcy. My credit is 640. I can't even get a credit card. 640 is not that bad. If you have bad credit, I've got stuff in there on how to, generally to raise your credit, you got to raise your overall financial status. As you raise your status, everything goes up, including your credit. What else? Yes, Clayton said mankind's progression is what's important. Yeah, important thing that everything I try to do, it's not just about money. I tell people, it's not about, sure, Maserati, Lamborghini, Ferrari, all these cars are cool, but that's not the most important thing to me. What's more important than fame and celebrities and cool cars and all this, girls, is your lifestyle. Do you love your lifestyle? And the most important thing you'll get out of this program is how to revamp your lifestyle. And that's kind of what people see me as now, which I kind of like, because I don't want to be known as somebody who just teaches, I'm not a get-rich-quick scheme kind of guy. My goal, Joel Salatin's here, he's a farmer. I want people to learn how to, renovate their lifestyle, renew their lifestyle, go up. If that's you and you figure out how to do that, you'll have a great life. If you can't figure out how to control your own lifestyle, you're going to always have a bad life. And the goal is lifestyle. And what you want from your lifestyle is totally different than mine. You might want to have in your lifestyle, you might want to have a farm or some land. You might have a family. Whatever is important to you is important to you. Okay, we got 3 minutes and 55 seconds according to Facebook. Once that Facebook cuts off, this is over. How do you get in? One last time. Here we go. Very simple. If you are on, remind me to go to my website, click apply now. If you don't see the button, you can type in TyLopez.com, Facebook, Periscope, or Meerkat. You can call 1-800-604-2587. You can do the email, my@TyLopez. Her assistant will answer. Or you can just go to my website, click on help, and live chat. Who and where's the Kickstarter video? I have to find it. We put that in the vault, some of the talks from all the Kickstarter guys. Somebody says, how many hours do you work a day? Depends. Sometimes I work 12, sometimes I work 1. Today I'm not working too much because I'm going to Clipper games, stuff like that. Somebody says, obviously this guy's doing something right. I do some things right, some things wrong. Nobody's omnipotent. My goal is not that people idolize me or anything. In fact, most of this program's not about me. It's about the power of learning from people who do stuff. Sometimes it's me you learn from, and sometimes it's other people. Andy said, Ty, just signed up. Congratulations for all of you who got in the program. Make sure you schedule your phone call, Andy. Okay? Ty, how do you get your code? I'm your accelerator. Yeah, you got in with last year price. If you're ever in doubt, you can just write accelerator and then ask your question. Is this false hope, people ask? No. False hope is me saying you can leap from 0 to billionaire. That's not realistic. You can always step by step get ahead. That should be everybody's goal. Ty, were you on World Star? I wonder if I was. Probably all this basketball shit I do. I've been on there. Ty, what's your thoughts on marriage and entrepreneurship? They go hand in hand. Some people get married, some people don't. There's a lot of millionaires. In fact, most millionaires are married. Some aren't. Need help with internet? Somebody said, Ty, I've heard around that you're sketchy. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I've learned from people. I love what P.T. Barnum says. Never alleviate bad people's fears about you. Let them linger. Let them just fuck with their head. If somebody calls you up and is like, you rent your Lamborghini, just be like, yeah. Never deny. Just be like, yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Because then they're like, oh man, they don't know how to deal with it. I'm not above fucking with people's heads. Who cares? They're trying to fuck with mine, so you can just do it right back. In general, I tend not to take any of my energy and put it towards negative people, but hey, I'm glad. You give me 300 badasses, I'll change the whole world. I mean, they will with me. You ever seen the movie 300? You don't need an army of 3 million. 300. Just look at the Navy SEALs. You can drop 20 Navy SEALs into a situation and decimate a whole enemy army. You don't always have to have 500 million people. And in general, I tell the truth about society, and it's so shocking to most people because people have been lied to so much that they take it as falsehood. You know, what's my main message? Sometimes people are like, oh, Ty, what you're saying is not true. I'm like, wait, what's not true about what I'm saying? reading books from the greatest people in the world, like Warren Buffett reads 8 hours a day. You're telling me that's not a good plan? You telling me Warren Buffett's stupid? You telling me Bill Gates is stupid? All right, we're off on Facebook. Bye, Facebookers.
You don't
We got one more. No, we're done. I gotta go.
understand.
There we go.
60 seconds left.
I'm out, everybody.